friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. Friends, today we are going to discuss about the Goodman criteria. Friends, this is a very important topic for GATE purpose, so we will study this topic in detail. So without wasting any time, let's start the topic. Friends, first thing that we have to note down here is that this Goodman criteria of failure is used whenever there are fluctuating loading condition is existing on the component. That is when both mean stress denoted by sigma m and the stress amplitude denoted by sigma a are acting on the component, and the fluctuating loading can be of this type. That is, the fluctuating loading is a loading in which the value of stress varies from certain minimum value to certain maximum value, and it again goes to certain minimum value and again goes to some maximum value and follows this type of pattern, and the shape of curve is of sinusoidal in nature. So this type of loading is called fluctuating loading condition, and there are two important points, that is the mean stress and the stress amplitude, which are denoted by sigma m and sigma a, and whose value can be find out using these two formulas. So you have to better familiar with these particular terms, that is sigma m and sigma a and sigma m, before going into detail about this topic. So friends, here another thing that we have to keep in mind is that this type of Goodman criteria, the Goodman criteria is used whenever there is infinite life, that is we are designing for infinite life. Whenever we are designing a component for infinite life, then we will use the Goodman criteria of failure. Now we will see the Goodman line. What is Goodman line? Goodman line, and find the equation of this Goodman line. Friends, this is the graph for which is showing the Goodman criteria. That is the line which is connecting the SUT, that is the ultimate tensile strength of the material, on the sigma m axis, and which is connecting the SE, the corrected endurance limit, on the sigma a axis, is called as the Goodman line. So this is a Goodman line. Now friends, this line is used for designing the component. All the points having the coordinate sigma m and sigma a which lies outside this line are unsafe for design, and all the points which lie inside this line, that is in this triangle, are safe for design purpose. This is unsafe region and this is safe region. Okay, so this is the thing that we have to keep in mind. Now we will derive the equation for this Goodman line. Now friend, we know that equation of a line can be written in the form of x by a plus y by b is equal to 1 for a line which is making an intercept on sigma m axis and sigma a axis. We can extend this equation in the form as sigma m, writing sigma m in place of x and writing sigma a in place of y. We can write it as sigma m plus sigma a divided by, where a is the intercept on this axis, that is the sigma m axis, that is equal to SUT, and here the intercept on sigma a axis is SE. Okay, so this is the equation of the Goodman line. Now friends, we using a suitable factor of safety, we can write the equation of Goodman line as follows. So this is the equation of Goodman line. Now we will study some important point regarding this Goodman line that will be useful in the GATE examination, that is solving problem regarding the GATE. So the first thing that we have to keep in mind is this equation that we have obtained in earlier case is valid for fluctuating axial loading, and the second case in which this equation is applicable is the fluctuating bending loading. So these are the two cases in which this equation can be used. Now let us see the important parameter, that is the corrected endurance limit. We know that the corrected endurance limit denoted by SE here is given as KA, KS, KR, KD, KL, SE dash. Here Ka is the size factor, Ks is the surface finish factor, Kr is the reliability factor, Kd is the modifying factor to account for stress concentration, and KL is the load factor, and SE dash is the endurance limit in reverse bending condition. Okay, that was obtained from the fatigue testing machine when the specimen was loaded in the fatigue testing machine, and the endurance obtained in that case is denoted by SE dash. Now we can obtain the value of SE dash according to this relation, and we can obtain the value of SE according to this relation and put this value of SE, the corrected endurance limit, in this particular formula. Here SE is the corrected endurance limit that I have already written here. Now friend, see this, how we will approach the problem. That is, first thing we have to keep in mind is that we have to find out the SE, that is the corrected endurance limit. So there are three methods to find this SE. The first thing is that the value of the factor, that is the Ka, Ks, Kr, Kd and Kl, where K is the size factor, Ks is the surface finish factor, Kr is the reliability factor, and so on. The value of these factor can be obtained from the design data book. Okay friends. And the second thing is that the value of these factor will be directly given in the question, so they can be obtained from the question also. And if these two cases are not there, that we do not have data book and the question does not provide the value of these factor, then we can take these factor, the value of all these factor as unity, that is all the factor, that is the Ka, Ks, Kr, Kd, Kl can be assumed to be unity. And the fourth case is that some of the factors such as Ka, Ks, Kr are given, but other factors such as Kd and Kl suppose are not given, then we can take the value of Ka as unity, we can take the value of Ka as it is given in the question, and the value of Ks can be taken as it is in the question, and Kr can be taken as it is given in the question, but the value of Kd and Kl can be assumed to be unity. That is, the factor which are given in the question can be substituted with the value as it is they are given, but the factor which are not given in the question can be assumed to be unity. So this was the last case, okay, that I have already explained. So this is the procedure of finding out the corrected endurance limit, and after we have find out the corrected endurance limit, we will substitute the value of corrected endurance limit in this particular equation so that we can solve for the Goodman criteria. Now the next thing, the fourth point, is that the value of sigma m and sigma a should be taken positive, that is they will come as negative according to these formula, but they should be substituted with positive sign in this particular formula. Okay friend, so this is the main point. Now friend, we will see that the equation for fluctuating torsional loading is not similar to the equation for fluctuating axial loading and fluctuating bending loading. It is somehow obtained from this equation, but it is not similar to this equation. So I am writing the equation for fluctuating torsional loading. Okay, torsional loading. Now it is very easy to write the equation for fluctuating torsional loading. See how I am writing the equation. In place of sigma m, I will write here tau m. In place of sigma a, I will write here tau a. And in place of SUT, I will write here SUS. And in place of SE, we will write as it is SE and factor of safety. Now here friend, tau m is the mean shear stress. Here tau m is the mean shear stress, which is given by tau max plus tau min divided by 2, in the same manner as we have calculated the mean stress. Okay, we can calculate the tau m, that is mean shear stress. Now friend, the next thing, tau a here is the shear stress amplitude, and it is given as tau max minus tau min divided by 2. So it can be easily seen that tau a can be found in the similar way as we have found out the stress amplitude sigma a. Okay, and the next thing is the SUS. Here SUS is the ultimate shear strength, ultimate shear strength. Okay, it is the ultimate shear strength. And here SE is the corrected endurance limit, and it can be found out in the same way as we have obtained in the earlier case. So this was all for today's topic, and friends, if you like my video, you can subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon friends. And after this video, I will upload a problem on the Goodman criteria which has been asked in the GATE examination. And friend, believe me, if you go through all the concept that I have explained in this video, you will never face a problem in future regarding the Goodman criteria. So this is a very important topic. Also friend, you can go to my previous playlist and check the Soderbergh criteria. I have also explained the Soderbergh criteria there, so you can find out that video from there, and you will find it. You will find that that video is also very useful, and you can go through that video also. So thank you friend for watching the video.